My name is Brian Weech. I'm Director of Livestock at World Wildlife Fund, and it's a great honor and truly a great event that we're gathered here, and a great honor to welcome you here. In your packet, there's a list of participants, and I think everyone in this room would agree it's a very impressive list, and we want to thank everyone who's made the time and the effort, traveled great distances in a lot of cases to be here. This is truly a unique event in which we have stakeholders in the beef industry from literally all aspects of the supply chain, as well as stakeholders from various groups. Truly, this is a multinational, a multi-sector, and a multi-stakeholder gathering, and we're excited to have you here to discuss and to begin the dialogue around sustainability and what that means and how we can work together and how we can bring these various groups together to begin the very important work of working on sustainability. So this is a discussion. This is a point in time in which we can start this very important work to see how we can work together and where that makes sense. What this is not an attack or a defense of the industry. This is not an initiative to work towards legislation or even standard setting. This is a work in an effort to bring together for the first time this sort of gathering to begin the discussion around sustainability. And so there are some groups and some organizations that have made this possible. We want to take some time to recognize them. From the lead partner organizations, Cargill, Intervet Sharing Plow, JBS, McDonald's, Walmart, and WWF. And then we have some supporting partners, ASDA, Elanco, Sam's Club, and Walmart Brazil. And then a list of convening partners who also have agreed that this is an important event and want to support this. So the Sustainable Beef Working Group, Colorado State University Institute for Livestock and the Environment, Environmental Defense Fund, Vida Silvestre, Heifer International, International Meat Secretariat, Rainforest Alliance, Sustainable Ag Network, the SCI Platform, and the Nature Conservancy. And we also have been very honored to allow or to have NCBA, National Cattlemen's Beef Association, in the official capacity as advisor to the steering committee. And so we want to welcome you. We want to say thank you for being here, taking the time, the effort, and we want to say that we recognize that, that you have made the time and taken that effort, and that this is only going to be successful as you individually engage in this process over the next couple of days. Your engagement, your constructive feedback, and your involvement in this process is what will make this successful. So I want to thank you for that, and with that, I'm going to turn it over to Bob Langard, Vice President, Corporate Responsibility at McDonald's, to share a little bit about the steering committee perspective of what this is about, but also to share relative to the path and the journey that we've been on to get to this point. Bob?
Yeah, thank you, Brian. I'm thrilled to be here today representing the steering committee, number one, but also representing the large McDonald's team that we have here and all the great suppliers that we have in our system. I want to start with our own journey, McDonald's journey, to get here to Inverness, and really kind of tell you 4 reasons, kind of led along our path to get here. Reason one is we want to build on an already strong beef system. Now, what I mean by that, I'll tell you a little story. We commissioned a group of students, believe it or not, from the University of California, Berkeley, to open our doors to the entire beef supply chain system. And we truly opened the doors. They had access to everything, see anything, talk to anybody. They did a 3-month journey, wrote a report. For those that are interested, please see our 2006 CSR report. You'll be amazed what they wrote about. Now, you would think these are cynical people that would not look upon us too well. However, you will be delighted that when we opened our doors, they thought we had a terrific system. Now, did they think we could improve? Yes, and they had lots of ideas to improve. But I think it's important to know that these people, through their lens, and by the way, I speak to a lot of external groups, and when I tell them what we're doing, when I say we, it's our system, it's our suppliers, all those involved with animal agriculture, et cetera. they always rise up in terms of their respect and admiration for what we're doing. I think we can learn from that. Secondly, the reason we're here is this journey that we have at McDonald's about building trust with our consumers. And if I could leave you with one really thought from my presentation, you know, in real estate they say location, location, location. Really, probably the journey here is all about trust, trust, trust. McDonald's brand is strongly linked to beef. We all know that. People think of us as a hamburger company, don't they? Even though we sell a lot of other things, and beef is one of the largest things that we do purchase. And part of earning that trust is showing that products that we buy, like beef, you know, are done in a responsible way. And you know, our research, we've been doing a lot more research where consumers come from, and they expect us. And when they say us, they don't discriminate between McDonald's and everybody in the supply chain. They expect us to have a very socially responsible supply chain. So this is not only about doing the right thing and having a long-term sustainable supply chain. This really is about the license to operate our collective businesses. We serve at McDonald's almost 60 million people a day. And in large part, our success and our continued success is going to be that we're delivering that great food very conveniently, very safely, in a fun way, but also in a very responsible way. Now, the third reason that we're here in this journey is a tougher one in terms of it disappoints me that sustainable food and agriculture in general, not just with beef, is being mischaracterized and incorrectly defined by too many stakeholders. Today, the industry is under attack. It's being portrayed negatively by opinion makers. If you read the media, you would not have the right notion of what's going on, whether it's obesity and health, environmental degradation. What the heck? The guy that heads up the UN effort on climate change called on people to eat less beef. Animal welfare abuses are uncovered, food safety threats, and there's people that are trying to define all this under the total umbrella of factory farming. A story that didn't get it right last year, if you remember, earlier this year, was that Time story, cover story, getting real about the high price of cheap food. These are things that don't portray the truth about the industry. We know this is not the real story. The real story is that the beef industry is made up of excellent men and women and processors that take pride in what they do, and they manage their business very responsibly. That is why we approached WWF more than a year ago to suggest this very gathering. We think today there is a window of opportunity to come together and demonstrate that we all can be very proactive and strategic in our approach and tell our story even more. And the fourth reason we're here is we've seen historically with what we do the success of working with really credible third parties. You know, there is a real need for us to work with a third party that's based on science, that bases their philosophy on market-based solutions. In our experience with WWF, through various things over the last 2 decades, tell us that they're all about that. And the work that I think they've proven that they're good in these groups and stakeholder groups, and really committed to combining both socially, environmentally, and economically viable solutions. One thing we've learned along the way that this can't be done by one company, one NGO. That's why we're thrilled to be here, because we're starting something here that's already been happening, and we look for more to come. In closing, I guess my remarks representing all the steering committee is that, you know, we have 4 thoughts about what's happening here today and what it could produce. One, we all have an earnest desire to improve the sustainability of beef globally. You know, and that means environmentally, socially, and economically. Second, we believe in this approach of a multi-stakeholder gathering that's going to base its work on science and look for incremental future steps to do more. And fourthly, we pledge to continue to do more. We're going to continue to support efforts after this, both locally and globally. So on behalf of the McDonald's team, on behalf of the steering committee, we are so thrilled that you're here, and we look forward to a wonderfully engaging conference. Most importantly, we look forward to all the things that can happen in the future so that we can continue to be very proud of the food that we all serve. Thank you.